Hi, I'm Donna Williamson Source, and today we're here with Jennifer McNabb, Brentwood mom, who was recently featured on Supermarket Superstar with her sauces. So we want to learn more about those today. Can you tell us about those?
Yes, thanks, Donna. Well, I have created a sauce called 101 sauce. I have a red and a green, and I competed on the show with red 101 sauce that you can literally make 101 meals with. So
what mom doesn't want 101 ways to make a meal?
I know.
In 5 minutes or less, right?
Well, kind of. I'm going to call it 12 minutes or less.
Okay, 12 minutes.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll live with 12.
Okay, good. Phew. It's a sauce that you can use as is. You can top it, but I created it with a balance so that you can actually twist the flavor. So if you just add one spice to it, say chili powder, it's a Mexican sauce. You add coconut milk to it, you're kind of going into India, Thailand. You just add a few extra things and it's completely different. So you could literally make the same recipe, twist a few things, and it's a totally new dish. And I just wanted to show you something really fun to do if you do have guests that come and you've got some crackers in there and you've got
there's always last minute. Somebody's like, come over, just bring an appetizer. And
I know.
Like, appetizer, that sounds easy, but it's not.
It's not easy, right. So I just happen to have some cream cheese. It's kind of one of my pantry staples. And if you just add some 101 a little bit at a time and you get it to a consistency you like, if you want to do that.
Okay, so just mash this in here.
Exactly. And I'm just gonna, because I actually only had these scallions left over in the fridge. My mother-in-law taught me this really great saying, and she would say, my husband and his sister would say, "What's for dinner, Mom?" And she would say, "It's Musco tonight. We're having Musco." What's Musco? It's everything in the fridge that must go.
I like it. I like it. There's a lot of those in my refrigerator.
Yeah, these must go. And it's kind of with that philosophy that I created 101 sauce, because I actually didn't set out to make a product. I set out to kind of solve a problem for my girlfriends. I started out contest cooking a couple years ago, and I started winning, and my girlfriends kept coming to me saying, "How do you do this? How do you cook so well? You just throw everything together and it tastes great. I can't do it. I can't cook. I don't have the time. I don't know what to cook." But it was just, they had this furrowed brow, and it's like this terror every night at dinner. Like, what do I make? And
it's the bewitching hour, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mom, what's for dinner?
And then it's like 24 hours again. Like, you don't have any time. You're like, okay, I got that one down. It's every single night.
Mix this up.
So we just get this.
A little...
I'm gonna perfect your perfect.
Okay, sorry. I try. They don't pay me to cook.
No, it's fine. And then I thought I might just sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan just on top, because I just happen to have that. It doesn't have Parm.
Yeah.
You could even put that in a baking dish and bake it for 5 minutes, and so it's all gooey. And then you're good to go for just a super easy dip. I mean, we were chatting for 2 minutes, and we're done.
Awesome.
And that was literally, I think, 2 tablespoons of sauce.
All right, that's great. So what do we have next? Okay,
so next is dinner time.
Okay,
and I'm going to show you one of my favorite recipes that I created for all the 101 sauces. And I'm actually really excited about it. Let me bring it over here. And it's nothing brand spanking new. I mean, what is really brand spanking new? But what people don't know is you can actually cook chicken and rice all in one skillet, and that's it.
All together?
All together.
You didn't do separate?
Nope.
Okay.
And
I like that.
And the great thing about
I like anything that's cooked in one pot.
In one skillet, right?
Yes.
This took, let's see, the chicken was 8 minutes, and then the rice was another 15. So you barely even have to watch it. And you can top it with anything you want. I mean, you could do cheese, and this is very plain. This is as is. But my kids really love the Mexican version I make. So I do a little chili powder in with the rice and the sauce and chicken broth, and that's all there is in there. And then I top this with shredded cheese. I'll put salsa on it. I'll put avocado. They love avocado.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I plate it, so let me just grab a plate really quick. I love to just drizzle some sauce. So, and usually I'll cut the chicken a little bit in some strips, but Again,
Or otherwise, you're sitting at the table cutting chicken.
right,
all around.
exactly.
Let me cut your chicken.
And
Let
if
me cut your chicken.
right, if I do it here, then it's fine. So, there. And then I like to drizzle just a little sauce on top. Because again, anytime my kids have sauce, they think it's very fancy. And I want them to think that.
Yes, yes.
That's a good thing.
So you're going to garnish it with a little bit of chives
Yeah,
here?
just a little scallions. But believe it or not, my kids have really been, they love the Mexican version, but they really have been asking for the tikka masala. So I will do the exact same recipe, and I'll have a little bit of coconut milk in with some ginger and the sauce, and then I will just garnish it with a little bit of nuts, and that's it.
So it's basically the same recipe, you just change
Exactly.
like a couple of ingredients.
And that's it. My tips for really, people always ask me, how do I stretch a dish? And I love stretching dishes with diced veg, any veg really. You can also do raw, like even if I had some celery in here, I'd probably put that in. And beans. I love stretching things with beans. So especially when you're talking Mexican food and you're making tacos. And
right.
we have had, my sons have said, oh, these 3 kids are coming over for dinner. And I'm like, oh, okay.
What can I do now?
I got 2 cans of black beans and I just throw it right in there. And it really stretches things out. So I have actually done this dish with white beans. So I've done more of an Italian version, kind of like a white bean and shrimp. We're actually going to do a Mediterranean version.
Okay.
With Kalamata olives and feta cheese. So why don't you just dump all of those in?
Put all these in.
Yep. And let's do the olives.
And all of the olives.
And since we're kind of doing a little bit more Mediterranean, why don't you just sprinkle a little bit of oregano?
Okay.
No need to measure.
Spinach.
Let's do spinach. And I actually like to give it a little bit of a chop, and that's mostly for the kids, so that they're like, oh, I got
Green stuff.
right,
I know,
exactly.
mine are always anything green.
And just a super rough chop. I'm just gonna throw that in there. Let's do a little bit more. And then super easy. And I'm gonna have you just stir that all together.
Okay, so far we've just dumped and stirred. I'm liking it.
This was my whole concept, and I call it 101ism. And the whole thing is grabbing. I literally said, oh, I have those Kalamata olives. We'll do Mediterranean today. So it's just whatever you have on hand. And I don't think that people tell women enough, you got this.
Yes.
They say, oh, you can do it. You can plan. You know how to do this. But nobody says to you, you got this.
Well, we don't live close to each other anymore, so we're not in the kitchen
That's
with our
true.
families watching them do this.
You're right.
So we're on our own a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly. Right. So actually, I'm just going to put all this shrimp in here, believe it or not. And this is all peeled.
About how much shrimp is this?
This is
Looks like a lot.
It's a lot. I ordered a lot because I want to make sure my kids eat it. This is about 1.5 pounds. That looks good. There. And let's do a little bit of a sprinkle of salt. Even though 101 is well seasoned, we're adding a bunch of things that aren't seasoned. So we want to make sure that's good there. And then I have a left shrimp hand, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay. You don't put the shrimp hand touching all your.
No. My kids call it chicken hands. Whenever they're like, "Mom, do you have chicken hands?" I do. I look like a surgeon.
Step out of the way.
So
that's a good way to get them to run.
That's right. That's right.
Don't touch.
Or
the
like,
chicken.
oh, I'd make your bed, but
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm just gonna kind of loosely rub this here, and then the best part is, in fact,
Well, you gonna put this on top.
we are gonna put that on top.
All right. I'm gonna put this.
Go on in there.
Here.
Yep.
So we want all of this. How much of this do we want?
Let's see how it looks.
Okay. Kind of cover.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of spot it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah. Smells good too.
Yummy.
All those
It's
flavors.
It's raw and it still looks good. Okay.
Yes.
So we're gonna put this in and be careful behind
Okay.
you.
So we're cooking this at what? What's the temperature?
425 for 12 minutes.
12 minutes. That's it.
I know.
Dinner's ready.
And then
in
that's
12
it.
minutes.
Okay, well, the shrimp and feta bake just got done, and you can tell when the shrimp start to look a little beautiful pink, exactly how it's supposed to look in a restaurant, I guess I would say.
Yes.
And you can see that the feta is nicely baked. So now all the flavors on top have kind of melded down to the bottom. So when you scoop it up, and again, you can use rice, you can do potatoes, pasta, which would be probably the most traditional, or just some crusty bread. We're just going to plate this up, and you can see how much yummy goodness is on the bottom here.
All those layers that we put in there.
All those layers that you put in there.
Oh yes, I put it. I can take credit for this dish.
So and we get some of that, and you can see there's just really juicy. So that's why I really like a crusty bread. And if you so happen to have some white wine or a little bit of vinegar, you could just kind of finish it off at the end.
Oh, just pour a little on top.
Absolutely, just a splash.
Oh,
yeah,
good idea.
Anytime, any acid you have, even lemon obviously is very traditional, but I really love using white wine, and also Pernod, or even like a cognac or something to finish it off, because it just gives it that extra lift.
I love the smell of fresh basil.
Isn't it great? On hot food too. So.
Yes, it really enhances that.
So there we go.
Amazing. So tell us more about where we can find out more information about the 101 sauces.
Yes, easy, 101sauce.com. And I also have Twitter and Facebook right on there. So please go check it out and look at all the recipes I have online.
And then we can follow up on your development and what's happening next. So what is next for 101 Sauces?
Well, since I won my sauces episode on Supermarket Superstar, I'm waiting for the product development package. And what's next for me is to go pitch and try and get buyers and stores and possibly even brands that believe in 101 as much as I do.
All right, well, we can't wait to see more about the 101 sauces.